eventful past 2 weeks. Hunter x Hunter. Well, okay, I think it was within the past 2 weeks we saw Hunter x Hunter apparently is coming back. So is Berserk. And me? I'm a father. The dog father.
Ah, yes. Him have dog.
Yeah, Scott, would you be so kind as to put up a picture of my boy? Thank you. Look at him. Look at him. That right there is my son. Legally, my son.
Literally. Him have son.
Exactly.
Have boy. Beautiful baby.
Yeah, that beautiful baby keeps biting me. Luckily, most of the wounds fade, but on a bad day, my hands just look like it looks like I've got every paper cut in the book.
Yep. Those little chompers are sharp. But, I mean, him dog, so.
Yeah, recently he's been going after my calves. And,
Is this
puncturing them.
Is this also off limits?
Well, he does that whenever he wants. I think he does that usually whenever he just wants me to, sit down and play with him. Like, if I'm walking, he will start nipping at them like, come on, get down. I said nail.
Are you not entertained?
He is sometimes not entertained with me. Just yesterday, he got way too rowdy and was not listening to me. I'm like, I don't have to use a fake name for him. My boy, Ichigo, he was literally trying to get into places he shouldn't, specifically over at the corner by the door where a roach trap was, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't want my dog eating roach poison. I think I'm going to have to tell him no, and he kept going over there. And there's also a whole bunch of dust, and he sneezes like mad after that, so I'm just like, okay, I threw away the roach trap. Don't go near there. Me? Relocates him? Him? No. And he runs back to it so many times, I'm just like, okay, that's it, kettle time.
Well, sometimes you just gotta send him to the horny jail.
Yeah.
Speaking of jail and dogs, I'm Randy.
And I'm, albeit confused, Aaron.
And this is Tangents, dog.
Dog?
Uh-huh.
No, but it is a continuation. The time that I could tell he was really annoyed with me is when I let him out. He literally gave me the cold shoulder. His dog, he knows. He knows how to have attitude. Took him to the vet today. They said they diagnosed him with a big case of personality. This little man, he'd vote in an election because he knows what side he prefers.
He knows that we need communism in our lives.
No, he votes for the side that lets him sleep in my bed, eat my food, live my life.
Not pay any rent, a little fucking booty licker.
I'll be petting him and he'll try to, like, if I'm, squatting, he will go underneath me as I'm petting him. I'm a tunnel. But he's an extremely good dog. He is my world right now. I love him. We went out to Dungeons and Dragons and I'm just like, a couple hours and I'm just like, tap, 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 tap. How's the boy?
I miss my dog. How is my dog?
Yeah. He was looking for me and everything like that, and I heard that and I'm just like, oh, my boy. But we had, what's the word? Extenuating circumstances that prevented us from arriving home in a timely fashion. Randy, would you like to share with the viewers what that is?
Ah, yes. So our good friend Daryl, he was driving his truck home, and somehow his wheel bearing seized up, and his wheel said, I'm out, and literally jumped off of the truck. Brake rotor, brake caliper, wheel, tire, all of that. It just said, bitch, bye.
Adios.
Alright, I'ma head out.
Oh, man. I literally just dipped on him.
Naturally, it was still there because, get this, it was connected by a single brake line, and even that was punctured and broken.
Well, they wound up having to actually detach it for them to fully get it on the tow truck.
I know, they didn't even use a wrench, they just ripped and tore that shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, it got pinned in, it pinned the car at one point, so, I feel like that did most of the work for him. They just had to tug it a little bit and it came off clean. Man, what a wild experience. 11 o'clock on a Thursday night.
That was quite
Double cheeked up on a Thursday night. Or is it Thursday afternoon?
It'd be Thursday afternoon, however, this was the nighttime.
Yeah. At least all the people we ran into were funny about it. That cop was
Yes.
just like, what am I looking at?
And I said, well, no, no, no. And his partner came up. I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got no gas. And I said, no, no, no. Here's how it is. I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got no gas in it.
Oh, man. But the wheel being off really did tell us that there was, in fact, no gas in it. I think there was just a bottle of presumably urine right by the truck.
Right,
Daryl
'cause-
swears wasn't his. It's like, it's okay, man. If you needed to take a leak, we understand.
Sometimes you just gotta take a little tinkle in the bottle.
I don't doubt though that was just there. He just happened to have he just so happened to wreck right by the bottle of urine.
The worst part is he didn't even wreck. He just encountered the worst kind of malfunction.
He halted. Oh man.
Technical difficulties. Now we got technical failures.
Mm-hmm. That was just one of the wildest experiences. Oh man. And we got squeezed into the back of Scott's car. You,
Oh, yes.
me,
It's because Daryl took the front seat like a bastard.
and all he had to say for himself was, I called shotgun, and I'm just like, shotgun doesn't apply when I'm about to enter the second dimension.
Actually, I have a shotgun, and I want the front seat.
I love that.
Mine was something else.
So how have your last 2 weeks been?
Mostly uneventful, actually. Besides the times I spent with you and seeing the dog and playing the Dungeons and the Dragons and looking at whatever the fuck that was. How does that even happen? How much grease do you have to not have in your wheel bearing for it to just stop?
Oh no. Daryl said it's got to be the ABS. The wheel. Incorrect,
It's
sir.
it's because his brake light was on, and his brakes were acting funny. And I said, well, it could just be that your ABS, that your wheel speed sensors are going out. Turns out it was anything but.
Man, I wonder how different things would have been if you'd actually gotten to tinker with it a bit before you left.
Not different. I didn't have the stuff.
Or I mean, I'm talking about like being able to say, "Hey, is that supposed to be at that angle? Is that supposed to look like it's about to snap?"
The thing is, it looked completely fine. I took a glance at it, and it looked like just a truck tire.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I had gotten it up into the air and turned it, I would have been like, Daryl, have you ever had these fucking wheels serviced? He'll be like, no. I'll be like, take a look at this.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. What should we call it? Yeah, it's been a fun past 2 weeks. Well, that first week was stressful, literally one of the longest weeks of my life. But that's just because I was so hyper-focused on making a schedule, I had to pay attention to every hour. I haven't started sleepwalking. I didn't even think I was actually sleepwalking. I just thought they were just, like, really realistic dreams. You know? Until one time I got out of bed because I thought Ichigo was walking around the room and everything, and I thought he went underneath my brother's desk right here. And
Okay, so you got down here and you woke up?
He had his bag underneath there, and I moved his bag, and I just was like, oh, he couldn't have gotten out of his kennel. The door's still closed. And so I just got up and went back to sleep. And it wasn't until the next morning I was telling my mom about this, and my little brother walked into the room, and I recounted it. I just turned around and I just looked at my little brother, and I just went, hey, was your bag moved this morning? And he went, yes. And I went,
Oh no.
I start hyperventilating. Intense music plays.
Start
I'm just
panting
kidding.
like a dog.
I'm just kidding. I was a bit concerned because I'm just like, okay, something's got to change. I need to figure out a way to actually get into a deep sleep.
You can't. You have a child. It's impossible.
I actually managed it last night. I dreamed again. I dreamed again. And when I woke up, I can always tell if I've gotten in a deep sleep because my eyelids feel stuck whenever I first open them. It's not like pink eye stuck. It's just like my eyes are fighting opening up. So that's something reassuring. Still had to get up at 6:30, but you know,
That's
it is
fair.
what it is.
That's a whole 12 hours ago.
Yeah, it was a whole 12 hours ago. About this time, I was trying desperately to go back to sleep. Wouldn't be another 10 minutes before I actually accomplished it. And my vet was like, yeah, I was like, hey, how long can he be in the kennel, like, at night for, like, sleeping? And he just went, normal time, like, 6 to 8 hours. And usually he sleeps from 12 to 6. So if I wanted to, I could set my alarm for 8 o'clock, get up, let him use the bathroom, and then go back to bed until 10. And there's a part of me that thinks about it. I'm probably going to wait until 3 months, though, just to be sure. Because I don't want him holding his pee for the entire night and, like, causing issues.
Him peeing to bed.
No, he has never once soiled his kennel. But that's just because Shibas, they value cleanliness above all. If he has used a puppy pad more than 3 times, like, peed on it, he will not do it a 4th. He literally will. I've seen him. He has peed 2 inches to the right of the pad. And I'm like, literally, foot on the pad. And I'm like, it is 6 in the morning, dog. Work with me. Because then that means I have to put him in, once he's done, I have to put him in his kennel, clean that up, spritz the floor so that way it don't smell like urine. And then listen to him whimpering because he's like, oh, come on, what was I doing wrong? And I'm just like, you pissed on the floor.
You made my carpet smell like wee-wee!
And originally, he wasn't taken to the puppy pad in here at minimum really well. And I was like, why in the world is that? Why is he having such a problem with it? I'm like, maybe it's because, he views this entire room as his, like...
As the bed.
Yeah, because he really in a bed sleep. And so the one morning I opened the door and I'm just like, let's go outside to a pad I have prepared. And he took off down the hall to my parents' room and I'm just like, shh. I had to literally like grab him. His foot was on the entrance and I'm just like, let's go back. And he was just looking at me like, come on, man, I wanted to sniff in there.
I wanted to piss on their bed this time.
He literally does. He will, if I open the door, he goes right to the end of the hall. And if there's not a pad out, he will use it on the floor. Sometimes I feel dejected, though, because I'm just looking at him. It's just like me just soullessly watching him pee on my floor for the 8th time today. But he's doing way better about it. He's actually using the pads, and provided the cleanliness rule is met, he's good.
Oh, yes, you have to abide by his rules. Who is the master here?
Me most days. Depends on how tired I am. Sometimes I get vindictive with him. He was he loves plastic. I forget if I told you a story before, but he was I had my trash can underneath my desk, convenience sake, but he kept eating at like the trash bag itself, and I just knew one of these days he was gonna get pull off a bit of it and start like trying to eat it, and I was gonna have to race to him like, what do you have in your mouth? And then he's gonna run away, and I was like, stop! And one morning he just kept coming back to it. He wasn't using the bathroom, and so I'm just like, please stop focusing on it. I move him, and he runs right back to it. I grab that can, held it above his head, and went, ha ha! I felt like a downright villain. I literally just kind of paused for a moment, sitting there, 6 in the morning, a dog staring at me, deeply confused about why I just took it from him and laughed, holding a trash can in the air, and just, what am I doing? What am I doing? I set it down and just went, okay,
What the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah, that was when I was really tired.
I got you now, you shit-faced dog.
Oh, man. Father's Day's coming up soon. I wonder if Ichigo's going to get me anything.
Well, you got no job, so...
Jobless behavior.
Also motherless behavior.
What are you talking about? No, I'm kidding, but, yeah. Fun time these past 2 weeks, learning with the dog. Now, sometimes I compromise, though. Like, it's all about, for me, more than anything, it's just sticking to my schedule. and getting him to go like, okay, this is when we rest. He's like literally like bumping around in his kennel, and I'm just like, rest.
You need to be in a bed, sleep.
Most of the time he does. Since I upped the amount of food he's getting per day, he literally he's so sleepy. I just love it. Like he's a whopping 9 pounds, and he just give him a little bit too much food, and he sleep. He gets all tired.
All tuckered out, if you will.
Sleepy little man.
The sleepy boy.
Yeah. I call him little man way too much. This morning I called him. I was just like, what are you doing, little man? And he whipped around like, yes.
Oh, yes, that is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Forget being called Strawberry in another language.
Whenever I do call him little man way too much, I'm just like, okay, we correct this. Hello, Ichigo. How are you doing, Ichigo? Ichigo is your name.
You is the am Ichigo.
Anata no namae wa Ichigo desu.
Or you could use Kimi because it's your kid.
I like Anata better. I don't know why. It just sounds
Yes.
vaguely confrontational, and I think that's funny that I'm looking at my dog with confrontational intent.
You're just using the stranger's form.
Well, the way that he looks at me sometimes, he just has no idea what I'm doing. Teaching him to shake was such a learning curve. Literally like 2 days of trying to get him to get it, but last night he started to get it. And today, I was like, okay, it's early in the morning. He's had a little bit, he's eaten. He's done a little bit of walking around. And then I'm like, okay, we'll train a little. So let's see this.
He's got his paw up. He thinks they shake.
Okay, Ichigo, sit. Buddy, that's not right.
Yeah, you got one
That's
paw.
not right. Okay, Ichigo, sit. Sit. Good boy. Now, Ichigo, shake.
He almost had it. He was so close.
Come here, little man.
He just wants to eat your nose.
He literally just, like, he was doing his best. Like,
I was like, what am I supposed to do now?
Like, it's the funniest thing. I'll tell him to shake, and if he's not certain on it, he literally, like, searches for the answer in my eyes. He just...
What are you trying to tell me, human?
Yeah, yes, even as soon as, like, early yesterday, he was looking at me like, I have literally no idea what you want from me here, but today he's like, I think I know it. I think I know it. And then he hops at me, and I'm just like, my boy. At one point, he didn't even hop on me. He just hopped straight up. And I'm just like, no, that's not
his
right.
shake.
I had to literally do by example to where I'd go, okay, Ichigo, shake. And I forcibly grab his paw, shake it, tell him good boy, treat. And that usually jumpstarts his memory of, oh, that's right, this is the trick.
This is what he wants out of me. I'm still a young baby boy, how could you?
What species is your dog, sir? Just a little boy. He's just a little boy.
I am a dog. I was born a dog. I identify as a dog. But according to my parents, he's just a baby.
Yeah, it's always funny just watching him walk around, because whenever he's slow, his, like, belly just, like, saunters side to side.
Yeah, for some reason, dog skin is just really loose.
Yeah. I just think it's funny whenever he's walking, like, especially from above, he's just like a little train, just
And whenever he runs, he, like, puts his back legs out like he's drifting.
Yeah, he still does that. It's the funniest thing. If I ever, like, run up behind him, like, if he's got something in his mouth, like a toy or whatnot, I'll play chase with him by, like, stomping my feet a bunch, like, behind him, and he takes off, like, he's just like, he's behind me! Enemy
He's right
spotted!
on top of me!
Yeah, it's great.
He's hot on my tail! Shift that shit into overdrive.
No, but his favorite thing is to literally chase me. I'm just literally, like, running around our living room, and he literally will, like, cut me off at the pass, and I'm just like, what?
He said, where do you think you're going?
Well, I mean, he's such a small little fella, and he's so light that unless he's on that tile, I can't hear him. He's literally just he's constantly in stealth mode, even when he's running. So I'll turn a corner and I'm just like, where'd he go? And then he's at my feet.
He's a little ninja.
My tiny ninja. Hello, how is it going? How does ninja affairs go? I peed on the carpet again. Dang it. This is Randy and I'm Aaron, and welcome back to the next episode of the Dog Cast.
The Dog Cast, where we talk about this man's dog.
He spent about 19 minutes talking about my dog.
Mm-hmm.
My bad.
No, it's fine. That's your kid. Even if we're tired of it, we'll just have to grin and bear it.
Yeah, but I don't want you to be tired of it. Some days I do get tired of him because his nonsense is particularly high that day.
Ah, yes, the nonsense levels. The boo-womp levels are peaked.
I swear the other night he walked up to me and just went, "Get us." I just love the idea that my own dog passes me the boof.
He passes you the doobie.
Ah, man.
He lets you hit that joint.
I don't know why. It's just funny the idea that my dog not only knows how to obtain marijuana, but he can smoke it too.
And he can even share it with you.
Good dog.
Good boy.
It's like, I don't know when you left the house, but you're alright.
Thanks for getting my ounce for me.
I am tired.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you have the dog, so.
It is everything I can do to try to at least keep up with half of his energy. He's slowly adapting to my sedentary lifestyle, but maybe that's the real reason why he's seen sleepier lately. He's just like, oh, Dad rests a lot.
Maybe I should try that too.
I might
That
as
looks
well take
fun.
It's like, I should take a nap. And I was like, no!
Not yet!
Well, the other day I got on his nerves. There I was, a simple man, just finished lunch. I set him down to have a little nap, and I'm like, I want some Cheetos. I want some chips. And so I grab them, sit on the bed and everything, and I'm sitting there, eating them, enjoying them, watching my shows as one does. And he literally just starts screaming, like, whimpering and, like, making like he is being wounded. And, I'm just like, okay, it's probably just because, like, he's probably fine. He's just not wanting to settle down. And then come to figure out, yeah, he literally was, like, angry that I was eating without him. How could you?
You're better than this, Father!
Yeah, I let him out. He sniffed my hands and licked them a little bit, tried to find the Cheeto dust. And after that, he was perfectly fine. Literally just, like, reprimanding me for eating without him. I'm just imagining he just hits me with his little paw, just bad.
Right on the nose.
He'll give you a kiss on the nose if you're not careful.
That's just how some dogs are.
Yeah. I have to be careful with him, though. Like, I pay attention to where, I always try to pay attention to where he's at and everything like that, and what he's doing. And he'll, like, hoover up and lick every manner of things, and he'll turn right around to me and go, "Hey, Dad, time for a kiss." He'll lick me right on the lips like he's applying lipstick, and I'm just like,
Wow, thanks!
and I'm just like, and he cocks his head to the side like, what?
Did I do something wrong? Yes.
And it's like, no, buddy, just don't lick my mouth after you just licked your balls. Literally cleans himself and then goes, "Hey, Dad."
Guess what? I want you to smell like my nuts.
I gotta put that in demo quotes.
I want you to smell like my nuts.
There we go. Just, "Hey, Dad, guess what?"
It's so bad.
I know, but it's funny.
It's the best. Oh, yes. Let's see. It looks like oh, yes. The Myth Knight. Okay, whatever.
Oh yeah, I got some games on sale. I got
Nice.
Disco Elysium, which I've heard is, it's the artsy man's game, and I also got this little number right here, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I'm experiencing the memes.
Ah, yes.
It sometimes feel like I'm fighting the game more than I'm fighting the enemies, but Other than that, it's been pretty fun, pretty thrilling, if I may.
So I gotta ask, are you trying to play it with a keyboard and mouse, or are you equipped with a gamepad?
Gamepad. I just
Gamepad.
unplug it whenever I'm.
Yeah, that's fair.
I basically unplug it to use it as a TV remote. Well, I've gotten to where like Ichigo likes having something on in the background, I guess. So it's like, okay, I guess I'll just use my TV and its poor speakers, to put it lightly.
Yes.
I either need to get a better TV or just get a sound bar.
You can always just like hook up any old speaker.
Yeah.
You got one laying around, you can use it. It'll
Nice.
probably be better than whatever the fuck is in that TV.
Yeah. Because, like, it's not bad, it's just comparatively, it's not great. It's no like, Philips Fidelio headphones that I love.
And it's most certainly not my JBL Charge 2 Plus from, like, what, 2009?
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm surprised the battery in that thing hasn't, like, eaten the shit.
But how long has it been since you changed it? 2009?
Yes, 2009.
No, I'm just imagining there's someone who's like trying to fool you into thinking that it has such a long battery and they've just been secretly switching out the battery for nigh on, let's see.
Oh, it's one of those
13.
rechargeables. It's just I'm surprised it's
Oh.
lasted that long.
I don't really doubt it then. I mean, if it's rechargeable, then it's like, makes sense.
But it's a lithium-ion battery from 2009.
Hey man, I mean, there's feats of technology exist everywhere. There's cars that have gone, what, 1,000,000 miles, isn't it?
Yes. There was the first Tesla Model 3 that went 1,000,000 miles without a new battery.
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's kind of like, well, it had to happen at some point. Even though the rest of the car had, like, an ungodly amount of service done. Fucking re-welding because the people at Tesla don't know how to weld.
It's like, with this battery, this thing right here, yeah, it's perfect. It's been 1,000,000 miles. The rest of the car is some sort of, like, philosophical question on if it's still the same vehicle, but the battery's the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically like swapping an engine into a different car.
Interesting. Such a cool feat, though. The idea of just not only driving 1,000,000 miles, but having one car to do all of it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's kind of common for Toyota's first V8.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just a 1,000,000-mile engine. It'll do it as long as you change the oil and don't send it to redline every single place you go.
It's basically just take care of it and don't trade it.
Yeah.
Strange to think, though. It'd be cool to have it to drive a car for 1,000,000 miles. I don't know if I would though. Nah, I probably would. I'm too lazy when it comes to cars. It's like if I got one and it wasn't a piece of garbage, I'd probably stick with it as long as I physically could. It breaks down and it is no longer fixable, and I'm just like, no, don't tell me I have to search for another car.
No.
It's multiple years down the line. Ready, Scott? I need your help.
No, you're like running on 2 cylinders just because you really don't want to get a new car.
I would. As long as the car is still running and it is not blown itself up.
No, that's what I mean. It's blown itself up, but you're still driving it.
Well, that's just a miracle. I drive it. It's a miracle car.
It's like this one engine I saw with a hole in the side of the block that started.
All right then. That's a feat of engineering.
Yeah, no, that piston like blew up and that rod was still in there going. It's
like, I'm working.
Don't throw me away yet.
Oh man. How's the Genshin been going? Pull any other good characters?
Oh, I finally got a single constellation level for Noel, so that's pretty epic.
Nice. I wish I could give you mine.
I kind of wish you could give me yours too.
You just give me one of your Yan Feis and we got ourselves a deal.
Well, I wouldn't do that because having a constellation on Yanfei is amazing.
Oh. Man.
Suck it, nerd!
But, yeah, today I reinstalled Genshin because I'm like, wow, this performance is terrible. I kind of want to see if reinstalling it might make it better. I don't know if it made it better. What it did do is reset my settings so motion blur was back, and I'm like, go quickly.
No,
to the
you know
settings.
you know what it also did? It brought back the English voices.
7 gigs for the Japanese language pack. I downloaded it, of course, because I'm not a troglodyte, but
And also, not completely tasteless.
man. But,
No, I know people who like the English voices better.
I mean, there's no issue with it. For the longest time, I had the English voices. It's just after what they did to Barbara, I just could not.
No, hearing Ayaka's English voices made me want to throw up. It was that bad.
I just imagine you just playing the game. You
No,
hear-
it's because she went from like a modest, noble-hearted woman to random ass shit-faced noble.
All right then. I've not heard her English voice, so
Consider it a blessing.
and here I was about to say, hey, let me pull that up and we can see what it is, but
You can do that on your own time. I'm not revisiting that pain.
he was like, I will not see what it is.
I already saw and I hated it.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I'll have to play more in my own time to see if it's gotten any better. The performance, that is. Whenever I pull up the update, or like, for lack of a better term, like the business tab of like, here's what was updated recently. Events you might like to see. The thing that isn't the mailbox. I don't know the name for it.
You mean like the compass thing?
Not really. It's the one that looks like a message board in the like.
Oh, okay,
shortcuts.
okay. To where you see like
Oh, the game activity.
update summary.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
okay.
Yeah, I pull it up and it takes like a good couple seconds to actually pull the thing up. Like the game freezes in such a weird way, and I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, I spent 30 minutes reinstalling this.
Yeah, that's probably because you have it in a wacky drive location.
I actually completely uninstalled it from my computer and then reinstalled it.
Okay. What'd you install it to anyway?
I installed it to my hard drive. Just set it there, leave it be.
That's where it belongs.
I literally don't have enough space on my SSD to put it there. I should get another SSD.
Wait, you have multiple SSDs in your system?
Yeah, remember I have the boot drive when things with the other SSD remember when my CPU
yes,
bonked?
that's correct. That's correct.
When I
your
slowly-
CPU went
Yeah, when I slow roasted it for half a year.
running a 1.4 volts.
Hey, it just occurred to me. I have almost had this, the CPU that I changed it out with for a year and a half. And I've had my entire rig for about 2 years. Gaming.
Yeah, no, it's exactly what I said. You need to undervolt it. These motherboards are set up so that they'll like run ridiculously high voltages, like 1.4, 1.3, 1 point whatever the hell it is, like 1.375, 1.45. And that's what kills these CPUs, because they're meant for stability. Like, you turn it on and it doesn't just fucking crash. But it won't crash at 1.25 either. I've confirmed this by just spamming Cinebench runs and watching the voltage sit at 1.25. And I set it to override mode on mine, and it still bursts up to like 1.4, but that's okay. As long as I'm not gaming, Mom, and it's just pegged at 1.4, then it's fine. it's because those sustained voltage loads are what kills CPUs. And it's the same with Intel. Intel boards have been overvolting their shit recently.
Ah, yikes.
And you could run those even lower, like 1.1, even though it's a less efficient chip, you can make it more efficient by just settle down there, little child. Settle down.
Tap the numbers a little bit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, though, but 2 years, it's got me considering. I wonder if the market has settled down enough where I could maybe consider a new graphics card.
You might actually. The prices have actually been going down.
Nice.
I remember I looked myself and I saw a 3060 for 400. That's like nothing compared to what they were asking before.
Ah, yes, the only thing I asked for my birthday, graphic card.
Graphic card.
I don't do much gaming, though, because I'm a bit busy with the dog, but I'm slowly folding more desk time in. The key to it is just putting that kennel right beside me so we can be, like, right here. He calms down super duper quick, and then I'm just gaming.
Guys, I'm gaming! On a shitty laptop from 2012.
It's like, yeah, bud, gaming. And you can just see the tears in his eyes. How do we tell him?
How do we break it to him?
Mm-hmm.
How do we break it to him that we bought him a new PC? Just kidding, that's too expensive. We bought him a new car!
Even more expensive. We got him a gift card to Costco.
No, we got him a $1.50 hot dog from Costco. I remember literally a few years back, the founder said to the current CEO, "I will kill you if that hot dog goes up in price."
Everything. I love the idea that they are allowed to raise every last other price in Costco, but they can go nowhere near the hot dog.
It will stay $1.50 until this company goes under the ground.
I'd like to imagine that he visits every last Costco location yearly.
Just to make sure.
He gets a hot dog from each of them, and if he sees $1.51, he strangles the life out of them.
It's gotta include tax, you see.
Just the poor underpaid worker just trying to serve a hot dog. The CEO seeing a hot dog for $1.51.
No,
Get over here!
This is the founder we're talking about. The CEO tried to bump the prices a little bit because, inflation, but no. Could not.
It's like we are a multi-billion-dollar corporation. I think we can afford to sell a hot dog for $1.50.
But we're losing money on it. You're losing money on what? What did you say, little? No, he does. He does it with one hand. He doesn't even need the other one. He just fucking
do some self-reflection.
Turns his head towards the mirror.
He still falls to the ground. Well, that's not introspective, now is it? I'd like to imagine that the way he actually fights it is by just giving them $1.50 and them going, "Sir, this isn't enough." It's enough. But our prices have gone up. I didn't ask. Here is $1.50. That is how much the hot dog is. And who are you? The founder. Lacrimosa by Mozart, please. I think it's by Mozart.
Something like that.
Man. I don't know. I just love the idea that this man is like
ask.
staked his... Well, dang.
No, I'm just still mulling over the fact that it was just like, but sir, our prices have gone. I didn't ask.
Wonderful. I was not talking to you.
I did not give a flying fuck. Thanks a lot for your patronage.
Man. Can you just imagine? Someone tips him for it, and he just glares at them until they put their money back. Just...
Well, at that point, you're not paying for the hot dog. You're paying for excellent service.
And $1.50 hot dog. We should go to a Costco and make sure they're still $1.50.
We should.
Ring up the founder. Sir, you're not going to
You're going to have your panties in a knot over this one, sir.
You know that new sound you're looking for? Well, listen to this. That'll be
$2
$1.51.
hot dog. Not even, it's like a $5 hot dog.
Yeah, man. I'm just imagining this being the first instance of a man literally crawling through a phone to strangle the life out of somebody. And it's over $1.50 hot dog. Now I'm curious, is it $1.50 condiments included, or is it $1.50 just the weenie in the bun?
I don't know. They could have loopholed it to where you have to pay for condiments.
Yeah, man, that'd be funny. Seeing how the founder takes that one. Absolutely mauled.
It was like he was on Twitter for 5 minutes.
I'm just imagining they employ movie theater pricing ideas. You could get a small for $7, or you could get a jumbo size
For $7.25.
Which will you get? I'll take the small. What did you just say to me, you little idiot? Come here. Grabs me by the neck. Get the large.
Get the jumbo size.
I swear they train them to look at you like you're the scum of the earth if the word that enters out of your lips is not extra large.
Super mega jumbo ultra size.
And it's such a blatant marketing tactic that it's like $2 more for a large, and it's like, well, of course most people are gonna go, oh, I could get a large, but I'm just like, I'm a thin man. I'm not gonna eat a bucket of popcorn on my own. Well, I probably could if I wanted to, but it's like with the big drink that's gonna have me hitting the toilets every 5 minutes because you put some sort of laxative in it. I think the word is diuretic, but
It'd be laxative.
I think laxative is just purely for things that make you grip the toilet. Diuretic is for things that make you hit the urinal. Sodium and water. So yeah, urine. Essentially, yeah. I swear they drugged me. It's just like I drink like a quarter of this and I'm peeing as though I drank one of those like horse troughs of water. I'm just like, what are you guys doing to me? And it's a couple days after the fact until I'm straightened out.
You're just like, I missed the whole movie.
No, I'm the guy sitting there for 2 hours damaging my kidneys because it's like, I can hold it.
You can't even pay attention to the movie because you're too busy holding your pee-pee.
Sponge boy me Bob. I took a sip of the movie theater Coca-Cola and now I'm unable to stop pissing.
Sponge boy me Bob. I'm stuck in the toilet because they put a diuretic in my soda.
I just love... I mean, you've had that experience, right? You just drink like a little bit of their soda and suddenly you're just standing in line. You know what I mean?
Standing in line.
Yeah, you just stand there and you're just like, great, this is my life now. Every like 20 minutes on the dot. Forget colon cleansing. This is kidney cleansing.
This is just the cleansing. No, you're like spewing random fluids out of all 7 orifices.
That would be dying. Randy, that would be killing me. You ever just die from the Coca-Cola you got at the movie theater?
No, you're crying, sneezing, throwing up, shitting. And then that one thing that I won't list on the podcast for now.
For now, do we plan to bring it back up after a moment from our sponsor?
Raid Shadow Legends? No, we're not sponsored by them.
No, we're sponsored by Ridge Wallet. Use the code FUCKOFF for 5% off your order.
It sounded like you said after you see KOF.
Yeah, sure. Man.
Use the code SUGMA, that's right, SUGMA, for 10% off of your order.
I just love how shady movie theaters are. Like, at one point, they literally use, like, subliminal messaging to make you want to get more food and drink by, like, for one frame, flashing an image of drink or, like, popcorn or whatnot during the movie. It's like, do you understand that that's illegal? And the movie theater's like, Pick out the frame then if you're so smart.
You're just recording it. You're just like, hey, you're not the only one breaking the law, and you scroll back.
No, it's like in the proper olden days. You literally pull out the film, go through each one, and go, here. They just smudge it. I don't see anything.
You just grab your denatured alcohol in a bottle and you just
Half of the movie's gone.
shit.
While we're at it, why don't we just there we go.
Perfect.
There's a viewing in 5 minutes, sir. Not perfect.
No, he's just completely fine with it.
Now they show it, only the ads are left.
Like the movie is about to start and then silence.
And then, like, every 20 minutes, flash of popcorn, flash of Coca-Cola, and then nothing more again.
My goodness. Ah, yes. Going to the movies.
Man.
I don't really do it that often. I just watch it online for free using websites that are definitely just viruses in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, I mean, you know me, I'm not much of a movie man in general, so I go to the movies like twice a year, I want to say. And that's on like a good year. Other than that, I'm just like, I'm fine at home.
If the latest and greatest movie of anime comes out, maybe.
Like, let's see, this past year I saw the Demon Slayer movie. Was that this past year? I want to say it was. Yeah, it was.
You mean the past 365 days or the past 2022?
In 2021. Like, past 365 days. I could have sworn it came out last year.
It did come out last year.
Okay, so yeah, the Demon Slayer movie and then Spider-Man No Way Home. Those were my 2 movies for the year. And then this year I've seen Jujutsu Kaisen 0 and undetermined if I'll see anything else. Depends on if something piques my interest.
If something...
If something?
If something.
If something.
If something.
If something. Glad we got that established.
Mm-hmm. See, the thing is, the audience either waits for me to say something or clicks somewhere else.
They always click somewhere else.
Yeah.
To who knows where, though.
Your mom's house, maybe?
You just raise the hot dog up $1.51. Time to strangle you. I'm kidding. So you like this recent thumbnail I made for the podcast?
Yes, it's beautiful.
Not even looking.
We get in the oculi.
I keep having to make it a JPEG because there's just too much for YouTube's puny processing. But it's just, I like it. I particularly like the hand in this arrangement.
I like the hats on the Oculus, the tangents, the tangoculi.
Tangoculi sounds like a disease of some
The
sort.
tangoculus.
I like the shading that I managed to pull off here.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
It hits different than anything else I've made, so it's like...
No. This one looks a little more evil, so it'd be like the randoculi.
Randoculi?
The randoculus.
I don't know why, but that sounds like a Ligma joke, or like a setup to a Ligma joke, the Randoculi. Man.
It's not.
This is still one of my favorites. I don't know
yes.
why, but it's so simple, yet effective.
The rainy dudes.
Mm-hmm. It's just charming.
And on top of that, it's just rain in the hats.
And I also put out a new chapter to my comic recently. This right here, gorgeous. I had someone call it, in Webtoons, I had someone call it breathtaking, and I'm just like, you get it!
You understand.
Mm-hmm. And we got this one. I like this one as well. It's just, I had to change it a little bit, because originally it was more of a, it looked more like midday as opposed to sunset, you know? I just like this one because it just... Doodles has died.
Doodles is walking into the afterlife.
No. A nuke has gone off. Just... Boom. I find myself here...
No, it's just you get the sound effect for like a light intensifying.
Yeah.
If all like that, I expected to put me in a place where the sun don't shine.
And then I just randomly decide to wax philosophical throughout the rest of the chapter.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm hoping I'll be able to get out the next chapter within the next 2 weeks. Because currently, I'm still working on the cover for it. But I like this cover. I'm probably going to adjust the doors a bit because they look curved. And I kind of want them to jut out a little bit more. But still, the funky dough.
Doodles? You mean Aaron's self-insert?
Nah. Doodles is experiencing horrors beyond his comprehension.
Doodles doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Essentially.
Doodles really wishes that he wouldn't have gone through that door. He doesn't even really care about anxiety that much.
Man. No, just like I have a plan and everything. I have a plan of how everything's gonna go, but it's just imagine people are just like looking at the cover and they're just like, does this man like have hallucinations or something like that? Where are those? Where are the hallucinations? Has he taken his meds?
No, when he takes his meds, his girlfriend goes away.
Just evolve into weeping. Why?
No!
Man. But yeah, I'm excited about the comic. I like the way I'm taking it, or the direction I'm taking it. So I have a general idea of how I want it to go. I have no idea how many chapters it's going to be.
That's fair.
Probably going to take a while to make, though, because if I stick to the schedule that I'm currently on, one chapter takes 2 weeks. And if I say... Because a number popped up in my head that I probably could do it by, and that's 20. I feel like that either A, would be a bit too much for this, or B, it would just take way too dang long.
Well, just see how it is.
Yeah.
No, it's just like the next chapter, he finds anxiety.
I have ideas. That's not what's going to happen, but it's going to be an odd adventure, that's for sure.
Well, I look forward to it.
Yeah, I have a general idea, and I'm going to incorporate other like fragmented ideas that I've had for stories into this, just because it's like I don't know where I'd take these ideas. They're just nifty in theory, so it's like I'm just gonna toss this in here. I'm gonna be like one of those memes where it's like the art super duper simple, the lore like biblical proportions. They're just like Lovecraftian horror.
No, it's just like we have like a flashby of like millions of images of like the history of the Earth and like human society.
I mean, maybe there's going to be an explanation for how the city came to be,
And also how all those corridors led to it.
Magic. Did you just oink?
It's from Mr. Bean.
Oh, okay. I've never seen Mr. Bean.
That's kind of sad.
It's probably for the best. I've been ordered that with Mr. Bean, if I see him, I shoot on sight.
What did Mr. Bean do to your employer?
It's nothing personal. I'm assured.
Why does he have to die?
I don't know, man. Well, okay, it just says to shoot on sight. There's nothing that says I have to kill him. Just maybe rough him up a little bit by lead to the kneecaps.
That kills people.
But not him. He's Mr. Bean. He should be fine.
What do you mean he should be fine?
I don't know. I'm not paid to do the medical stuff. I'm paid to pull the trigger. Pew pew.
No, you just have a full auto machine gun and you're just mowing him down.
It's been a fun episode of The Tangents, going from the dog cast to talking about movie theaters and now to talking about gunning down Mr. Bean in cold blood.
Spilling Mr. Bean's blood.
Nothing personal, kid.
No, he wouldn't survive if you shot him in the kneecaps. There's a skit of him at the doctor's office, and he's like trying to get ahead in line, and like he's trying to play games with like the stickers and stuff like that, and it's like everyone in the office is like against him because he's being an ass. And so he ends up the last one to get treatment.
He's dying of liver failure, and they're just like, you wait till last, buddy.
But no, what he was in there for was he got his hand stuck in a trash can and he had to bring it all the way to the doctor's office.
How do you get your hand stuck in a trash can?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
I want to know, though.
I don't know. It's just his hand was stuck in a fucking trash can.
Was there glue in the trash can?
I don't know.
I just want to know.
His arm just too thick, bruh.
Huh. It's just unfortunate. Pull harder. Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My dog sneezes a lot. I tell him bless you, and he just kind of looks at me like, what? That's not a command.
Under what god?
He's just, what command is that?
It's not a command.
For the longest time, if he thinks there's a command, or like I'm telling him a command or whatever, he will just, but he doesn't know it, he'll just sit down. It's just like, you know, hey, Chico, how's it going? And he just sit.
That's how it's going. What about you?
Yeah, man.
Holy crap, that's a lot of book.
Correct. Many a book. My dog tried to eat my books the other day. I was like, dog, please don't eat my books. He said, knowledge. Knowledge.
Knowledge.
Yeah.
So many years of human history wasted on this drivel.
Well, dang.
Imagine he's like hyper intelligent, but he has to act like a dog so you can give him food and water.
I make an offhanded comment and he sits up on his back legs and reprimands me with fully versed rhetoric.
He's just like, do you really think that's all it is? You're just unlucky.
That your lack of benches is somehow not your fault.
Try going outside sometime, Aaron.
And I'm just saying that weeping like, yes, Ichigo.
I'll come get some bitches.
Oh, man.
Just literally at the verge of tears.
I mean, I don't doubt that, what's that?
What's happening?
Scott responded to the Diva quotes. He says, and I quote, I will shoot through the effing door. Oh, he doesn't have the context. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. He's completely unaware.
Man.
No, Scott.
Scott, I swear it's not what it looks like. Oh, well, he'll have the context when he watches the episode. He's going to shoot us.
He's really gonna shoot us then.
I just love that. I will shoot through the effing door.
He'll take us both out.
Kill us in one shot.
He's like, Aaron, Randy, your ass is walking home. And I'm like, but I brought my bike. Exactly. He shoots in and blows up the whole garage. The only real gripe about my tank is that it's made out of metal, so it'll rust.
Oof. No way to stave that off? I mean, past just cleaning it, keeping it, being careful with it.
And burning up the gas before it goes bad. No, not really. There's not much I can do about it.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, the oil I have to use, it has like stabilizers and shit in it, but that doesn't do enough.
Unfortunate. Mm-hmm. So tell me, have any Do you have any overarching plans for the summer?
Besides being radical and being named Randy, not really. Unless, of course, you count hanging out with my older brother.
I can count that as something.
Mm-hmm.
Something worth counting, I'd argue.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, yeah. My grandmother, who we visited over spring break, she turned 101 the other day.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. We, one of my relatives was there, and he had his phone on him, and he could do FaceTime, so we FaceTimed her and chatted. It was really nice. I got to show her my dog and everything, and at one point she's like doing like this at the screen, and he looks at her and he goes, Mama, what are you doing? And she just goes, oh, he looks so soft, I just want to reach through the screen and pet him. And it was just so genuinely heartwarming that I was just like, I want to bring you the dog.
I want to let you see him.
I just reach through the screen, the boy.
Here you just transport him like a couple thousand miles away.
I step through the screen. You ask and you shall receive. Here is the boy.
Here is dog. Have.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things. It's like, if I could, I would plan a trip down there again. We'd drive. He'd be fine. And I remember, oh yeah, he's still using the puppy pads. Can't put him on the ground and everything. So
He is still baby.
yeah, and it's like, I want to wait until he's properly big enough that it's like he can be trusted to wander around on the floor on his own and not eat up everything that he shouldn't. And also that, of course, the aforementioned not like flooding the floor with urine. I don't want my grandmother to walk forward one day and just hear. And I'm just like, that is my dog's bad.
And by extension, mine. You should know better.
But, I mean, an idea tossed out was potentially Thanksgiving, so there's that idea. It'd be nice.
Yeah, you could do that.
You could show her the dog. He'll be bigger by then, though. I don't know. I wonder when she was reach full size.
Probably here, like literally every other dog. Stop growing.
Okay, yeah. However,
Literally
larger
a
dogs
year.
may take up to 18 months to fill out and reach their full size. Okay, yeah. About a year, so by the time when we take him down, he'll still be he'll be small.
A little bit. Their growth is like on a you know one of those curves that it's on like a fucking
Is the word you're looking for exponential?
yeah, something like that, except it's like flipping around and all this weird stuff.
It ebbs and flows, I'm assuming. Or are you talking about like it reaches a point, plateaus, goes up more, and then plateaus?
It's really fast at first. Like, over a week he went from 9 to 10 pounds or something like that.
He went from 6 to 9 in 2 weeks.
Nice.
I'm gonna strangle the life out of you, you $1.51 hot dog selling.
That's such a beautiful phrase.
Just you $1.51 hot dog selling.
Piece of bastard.
No, I think the perfect end to that is mongrel.
You fucking mutt. You inbred.
But go on about the growing from, on a week by week basis and everything really quickly.
It'll end up slowing down by the time he reaches like 7 or 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that because it's basically every dog. Like they'll get like somewhere near their full size by around Thanksgiving, and you'll notice he'll start slowing down and relaxing a little more.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually fairly low energy dogs, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, with Shivas, I've seen them described as like, they can be high energy, but that's like more of this is a most dog type of thing. If you rile them up, they can go for a while, but, if you take them easy, they'll be easy.
Mm-hmm. I know the golden retrievers are fairly low energy. However, not my younger one, and it's by like a year. Whenever Like at the drop of a hat, she'll start barking like crazy, like she's ready to kill.
Just the thirst for blood is randomly awakened within your dog.
No, it's not thirst for blood. She's just excited to see whatever she's seeing. Usually, whenever my dad gets home from work or whenever I leave my room to go eat a Hot Pocket or something like that.
That's fair.
You know, at 3 a.m., as you do. Actually, as you don't, because you sleep for fucking early as hell.
Yeah. Well, from your perspective, early. I mean, I'm up at 6. If I ever wanted to, I could walk downstairs, get a snack or something like that.
But the thing is, you've already woken up
Yeah.
from sleeping.
Okay, I suppose that's the operative term. I can shoot you a message at 6, say, hey, how's it going? And
I'd
I fall
be like-
asleep before you can respond.
And I'll be like, great, I'm playing games. I really should have gotten to sleep like 8 hours ago.
I can go to sleep in a more timely manner.
No, that's for pussies.
It's okay if you're one. No one's judging you.
I get it, you are what you eat, but I get no action.
Okay, so you aren't what you eat.
I'm not a Hot Pocket either, so I'm mean.
It is what it is. I tell you what, I tell you what.
Absolutely zero action, zero bitches, zero hoes, zero gardening tools.
I mean, I've actually been thinking about it. About acquiring some gardening tools. Till the yard, you know what I mean?
Really get busy, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, summer's coming. I could grow some stuff. I know we're planning on growing some things out back, you know.
Yeah, actually, we probably need to start doing that. Because more and more food processing plants are actually burning down.
You've also seen how inflation's going. It might be just more, you know, cost effective to just do it yourself.
Cost effective?
Yeah, cost effective.
Yeah, gotcha. Quast. Quast effective.
Cost.
Quast.
Well, I do that sometimes. It's like how my dog is soft.
Swaft.
Soft.
Suaft.
No, just SAWFT. Soft.
But it sounds like you're going down in inflection first, so...
Soft.
Swaft.
Well, yeah, I'm lowering my voice. Soft.
Soft.
Super hot. Super hot. Man.
Just like Texas during the summer. It was like 4 days in a row that it was literally over 100 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I stepped out of my room like, oh, it's going to be a great day today. It's not that hot. And then I picked up 100 pounds of leaves and said,
I'd like to believe you more likely stepped outside and immediately just like steam starts rising out of you. Someone from above starts seasoning you.
And I'm like, wow, thanks. I love tasting good. Wait.
Mm-hmm. Man. You know, we really are lucky. Lucky to be here. Lucky to have a dog. Lucky to have found some part-time work at this Costco selling hot dogs. Hey,
Who is that? And
wait. Randy, I think that's James Sinegal.
wait, you mean James Sinegal is in the founder of Costco?
Yeah, that is him, but why is he here? And
Maybe he's here to buy a hot dog. Let me just... It should be
wait,
150.
Randy, I don't like the look in his eyes.
Oh, shit.
What did you do? Randy, you're okay, right? What is...
It's not 150. It's 151.
Oh, Randy, duck! Randy, what is that sound? That doesn't sound like a man.
Wait, I think he's trying to say something.
Oh no.
Where's my hot dog?